he doesn't really know what he's doing. Is that okay? Yeah.
None of us know what we're doing. Clearly, just let him go. Is it a movie or a TV show? TV show. So it's not even expensive. Fuck, let him go. What's the worst that happens? It flops, who gives a shit? What, you think those two dipshits are going to cancel their Disney Plus subscription? No, we won't. I am not prepared to say that Ah-Sucka sucks, but it's not good.
Well, I mean, this episode didn't really help matters because a lot of the things that I thought were off really, really get accentuated and highlighted in this one.
Go ahead and click subscribe.
Welcome to Two Gaming Dudes.
Episode 3 of Ahsoka. I still think the show can turn out good. I don't want to say that it sucks because it has to be really, really bad for something to suck. Yeah, it doesn't suck. I can watch it and I enjoy watching it.
I agree with you.
Okay.
This is definitely something that I can watch and I can enjoy it, but I also watched every episode of The Clone Wars, every episode of Rebels. So for me, this is just Rebels Season 5. So I follow along with what's happening and I can enjoy it. But I also see where the problems are.
Well, we asked the question earlier in the first 2 episodes, who was this for?
Right.
Was this made for hardcore fans who already know all the lore and you can just go full speed ahead? They didn't do that.
No.
Or is it made for a wider audience where anybody can come in blind and we'll explain it all to you and it'll make sense? They didn't do that either.
Yeah.
So they've confused the shit out of a general casual fan base and left the hardcore fans. I mean, there's a section of geeks that are going to say, it's fucking awesome no matter what because they're full of shit.
Sure.
But if you look at it objectively, there are holes in it this fucking big.
And I know they're going to be like, no, it's fine though that it's got these big holes in it. Are you really fine with your Star Wars being okay and just kind of meh and it is what it is? Because I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with that.
Star Wars should not be just, it was okay. Star Wars used to be, holy shit, this is the greatest shit I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been that in a long time.
Well, let's get into what happened in this episode. And we'll get into some grievances.
So
I've got a few.
There was a really cool 23-minute fight scene. And we progressed the story precisely 0% forward. It was a throwaway episode with a cool space battle.
I think
which actually kind of looked ridiculous because she's flying in space like Leia. I don't care that they did it in the cartoon. I don't give a fuck about that. It looks stupid in real life.
We'll get to that in a sec. And I guess the other big reveal was that, there's a giant ring thing. Reveal.
Is that giant ring thing, is that a collar for the space whales?
Please let it be.
And they put a leash on it and that's how they get to the next galaxy?
I really hope that's exactly what that is. I want to see that.
It couldn't possibly. It's so stupid.
Is it the right size? It might be.
I don't know.
Holy crap. Yes. I want it to be this big lasso. And it goes around the space whale.
It's like a dog collar. It goes around the space whale, and they attach a leash to it, like a pod racer, and like, mush, motherfucker, mush.
I would love that. All right, so I'm just picturing it, and it's like the most amazing thing I've ever seen. All right, let's start from the beginning. What the hell happened in this episode? Like, it starts off with... Did it start off with the training thing? Is that where it began?
Yeah, so remember... Old Ben Kenobi says, a Jedi's strength flows from the Force.
Right.
Oh, what is the Force? It's an energy field that inside of you, me, all living things. Yoda, it binds us inside of you, me, the rock, even between the swamp and the ship.
Yeah.
And this is the problem, because later on, George Lucas decides, fuck it, it's midichlorians, and fucks it all up. And we have to go through this generational shift. All right, fuck, midichlorian, okay, there are these bugs that live in your cells. And then we hear, well, everybody has the Force, but only the most in-tuned and disciplined can access it. And that's why you fail, because you're... Okay, so the monk in Rogue One wasn't fucking disciplined enough to access the Force. What are you fucking talking about? Pick a fucking lane and stick with it.
This has been my problem with that. In the original trilogy, you explained to us what the Force was. Stop there.
Right.
And in every movie since then, every reiteration, you've tried to explain it more. Like, you've tried to be more like, well, this is what the Force actually is.
You're right.
And then even in Clone Wars and in Rebels, you had stuff like the world between worlds, and now there are witches, and now there are they actually had like the father, the son, and the daughter, and like the Holy Trinity of the Force.
Yeah.
Like stop trying to explain it, because every time you try to explain it, you muck it up.
Yeah, this is some pretentious asshole author saying, I can tell it better. Mythical energy that binds the universe. No. I know how to do it. Fuck the fuck off.
Right.
It's not yours. Don't fuck with it.
So they do a little bit of a training thing where they're clearly mimicking what happened in the first Star Wars movie, where he has to put the blast shield on. I can't see anything. And then he deflects some things.
Right.
It's like that, but dumber.
Much dumber. So much dumber.
Because it doesn't make any sense. And she doesn't have the Force. So she's just
flailing around like a fucking idiot.
I mean, if you put a blindfolded me and put a stick in my hand, I might have
You're
done
gonna look
about
like
the
a
same.
Mexican kid at a piñata party, hitting your dad in the balls. Objectively funny, but it doesn't tell a sci-fi story, does it?
Right. And I'm like, I'm sorry, is she not enough of a badass? Isn't she a Mandalorian? If I could see you, I wouldn't have lost. I'm like, I'm willing to bet if she could have seen you, she might have started to kick your ass a little bit.
And she had her armor, and her flamethrower, and her missiles, and her fucking impervious to lightsaber shit.
The Mandalorians were made to fight Jedi.
Specifically to fuck your shit up. So why don't you go with that? Because, I don't know.
That would have been a great show. Hey, it's the Jedi and the Mandalorian teaming up.
These
to go on
traditional
this thing.
adversaries, they put that aside and they realize they're better together.
Yes.
What a team. No. I'm going to teach you the Force, but I don't have it. Well, we'll change what the Force is. So
that way you can. Here's a lightsaber.
Okay.
You don't even need your Mandalorian armor.
And then Hera goes before the Senate. Like, shit!
Wait, before that,
more?
there was a cup scene. Wasn't that in this one?
She's trying to use it. She's trying to reach out with the Force, and she sucks at it.
Yeah, she was doing the same thing that they did in Mallrats when he was trying to make the cigarette come to him. He's like, use the Force. So, yeah, they both did about the same. And I loved it when, after she fails, it cuts to the cup as if the cup is flipping her off. And that made me laugh, because when they cut to the cup and they stayed there for a minute, I was like, is that cup about to flip her off? Is it going to move? No, it didn't. It just sat there, but it made me giggle. A
little subtitle should have popped up. I win. Cup says I win.
Next time I will devour your soul.
So here's something else, just failing to learn your lessons when you fuck something up. So Hera goes before the Imperials, or the New Republic Senate. Oh shit! Thrawn is alive. There is an existential threat to the Republic. We need to get out there right now. Shut the fuck up. You don't understand that the Japanese assault force is 200 miles from Pearl Harbor. Shut the fuck up.
We're fine.
Think back to Phantom Menace. Blockade on Naboo, that's preposterous. So we send 2 Jedi to investigate. Well, can we send a commission? What? My people need your help. I will send a commission to verify the word of your 2 Jedi Knights that you sent to investigate. That's not enough for you to believe that there's a blockade? What are you fucking doing? Your decorated general is telling you there is a fucking invasion fleet out there that we need to go find. Shut the fuck up.
I've noticed this in Star Wars in the movies. Not the old ones, mind you, just all the new ones, when they start getting into, let's get into politics and we'll invent the Senate and do all this stuff. And in some of the books, too, they did this, because they're like, we have to explain, how the hell did we get here? And so they'll throw in some of, and it's all the same kind of bullshit that makes you realize you don't know a damn thing about politics. Yeah. This is all completely made up, and it's awful.
These dipshit 20-something SoCal USC English lit majors that got their first job at LucasArts don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't. It's like, well, we got all these ex-Imperials. Let's just hire them on the shipyards. Well, but we already know that this Elspeth has connections to... let her keep her factory and keep building her shit. All of it, when you're presented with this pile of clear evidence and the Senate's just saying, okay, we can kind of piece together that the Chinese guy is kind of in on it, but the rest of them are just fucking stupid.
I don't know. And you give me by the time that she's in front of the Senate, the scene that you're seeing in the trailer right now, where the two Dark Jedi like murder everybody, that's happened.
Right.
So the war crime has
She's
already been
escaped.
committed.
Elspeth has escaped. Oh, well, that's still not proof that anything's happening. Okay. There was an incident at the shipyard that she owns where there's clearly Imperial fucking loyalists still working there. Well, that's not evidence of anything either. What do you have to have some fucking plausibility and credibility to your story. Otherwise, it's just stupid.
Yes.
It's stupid.
I mean, this is how the things in Star Wars progress to a point where they're like, this giant laser traveled through hyperspace and blew up a planet full of people. Oh.
Yeah.
So the bad guys are doing bad thing. You didn't say that.
Right.
Oh, I feel dumb now.
Great.
So right after the Senate scene, then we get introduced to it was like Hera and Ezra's kid.
Ezra's kid? You're introduced to a kid, and since there's not been a single fucking mention of Kanan in 3 episodes, not a mention of his name, his kid that looks just like Ezra. I guess that's him.
The reason
Ezra
why...
fucked Sabine.
Well, even more so, you were just in a scene where they said, you're just going to save Ezra. Shut up! You don't know nothing! He's alive! And I can prove he's alive! Practically the tears coming down. He's alive!
Here's your kid.
And then immediately afterwards, here's the kid. Yes, the obvious, so she had a kid with Ezra. No wonder she wants to save him so bad.
Now, to you and I, or to anyone that knows Rebels,
right?
That's Kanan's kid.
Yeah.
To a casual fan, you're confused as fuck now.
Yes.
So he fucked Hera, impregnated her, but he was fucking Sabine at the same time.
Yes.
Oh, is that where the conflict is going to come from? Oh, this could be an interesting show.
That's why they don't get along. Because Ezra was fucking both of them at the same time.
No. No.
Although, boy, that would be fun,
That'd
wouldn't
be
it?
fun, but it's not that. It's just a failure to explain who your fucking characters are to a general audience.
So that was a pretty hard fail for me. That, like, as soon as I realized what had happened, it was so obvious to see it and go, oh my God, I'm just going to go with that's Ezra's kid because you have yet to explain any of that in this series so far.
One fucking explanatory line of dialogue. Anywhere in the series, Kanan wouldn't do that. Don't bring his name up ever again. Done.
Yeah.
Because now I can think, maybe it's this Kanan guy that she's so sensitive about. Anything! You couldn't be bothered to do that? What do you... How poor are you at this?
I truly believe Dave Filoni is awful at live action. I mean, he's terrible at this.
Okay, so then...
He's good with cartoons, but he can't do live action for shit.
It may as well be a cartoon, because now after this, you get a 23-minute space battle scene.
Right, and I was excited. I'm like, space battle. When I saw the fighters come in, I was like, this is what I love of Star Wars, the space battles.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it, space battle.
What ends up happening? They get shot about 50, 60 times, but they're okay.
Not only are they okay, there's no burn marks on the ship. Like, that ship is untouched.
And then they go to the whale collar. The whale collar has big turbo lasers, and it blasts them. And then the ship, our engines are dead. We have no power. Okay, I'll go outside on the deck, because they did it in the cartoon. And I guess you can get away with it in a cartoon. In live action, it just looked fucking stupid. Like Leia going, it looked it's dumb. On top of, the ship has no power, so there's no shields, because you got shot another 50 fucking times as they're strafing her.
Over again.
What is this fucking thing made of?
You know what? If Ahsoka's going to come out there with her lightsabers and be able to do damage, they should have just slowed the ships down, rolled down the windows, stick a hand out with their lightsabers, and just start chopping at the ship. They should be like, what the hell is this stupid ship made out of that we can't even hurt it? All right, let's just jump out with our lightsabers and start hacking away at the ship until a piece of it falls off.
How about this? Hey, what is she doing out there? Where? Look like 100 yards in front. It looks like she's standing on the deck of on the hull of the ship. With swords? What should we do? Just shoot her from here? No, let's get to within 2 feet of her.
Hold on. Okay. I'm going to try to run her over with my ship.
Boss, you sure you don't want to just shoot her with fucking lasers from here?
No.
blast their now powerless ship?
No, this is going to be really funny. Watch this. I'm traveling at about Mach 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit her. Kind of like when you're in a car and you kick the thing up to 120 miles an hour and then strike a deer. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you're right. Let's just do that instead. Oh, she's chopped me with her sword.
I could not have predicted that was going to happen.
And then suddenly the ship is fixed. Okay, should we jump out of here? No, let's go land on the planet instead.
They'll never find us.
Okay. You said the ship is fixed.
Yes.
Let's go land on the planet. Not
Yes.
jump to hyperspace and escape. And then finally go, maybe they'll listen to us now. We've got scans of the fucking giant ship.
We should probably leave before they realize they've been shooting blanks at us this whole time.
Fuck.
They've just been turning their headlights on and off over and over again. They haven't actually been shooting at us.
Your storyline has to have some level of believability. And you've...
It just has to follow its own rule set.
Yeah.
If you've created a set of rules, you have to live in those rules. The moment you start breaking your own rules is when we stare at you and go, that's not believable anymore.
So sloppy.
The green lasers. Okay, so that's like the TIE fighters. Those things are powerful. Those blasts, when your shields go down, you're dead.
You're in trouble.
They've said it many times. We're about to lose our rear deflector shields. One more hit on the back quarter, we're done for.
Right.
Nah, those guns don't do shit. All right, well, don't get hit with a turbo laser, because those things will wipe you out in one hit. I mean, it's a cannon shooting at you.
Uh-huh.
Nah, it's fine. They just bounce right off. It's fine.
Fuck.
Oh, I don't know what invincible ship that is, but if you had two of them, you'd win the war. I mean,
You'd take over the empire, the entire galaxy with 2 ships like that, yeah.
Those are great ships. The other ones just, they take one hit and they blow up into a fireball.
So the thing is, we're 3 episodes into this 5 episodes remaining. The whole thing is 8 episodes. I don't know where they're going with this.
Don't know either.
And I don't think they know either. They clearly don't know. They had a hard time. I'm not sure. Was this supposed to be one of a Star Wars stories? We got Han Solo, a Star Wars story.
Oh.
And then there was supposed to be Boba Fett, a Star Wars story. Was there supposed to be an Ahsoka, a Star Wars? These one-off throwaway films? And Han Solo bombed so bad that the studio was like,
no, don't do that.
Don't spend money on that.
I don't think so. I think this is honestly Dave Filoni truly believing that he can create 3 or 4 different series and bring them all together in one Avengers movie.
Well, he's a fucking asshole then.
Because that's what's happening.
Yeah,
There's going to be a movie after all of this, and it's going to involve Ahsoka and the Mandalorian and Boba Fett.
They all have to get together to beat Thrawn.
They'll all have to get together to beat Thrawn, yeah.
Or Thanos. Or
Thranos.
Well, great. He's following the fucking formula that he got from the executive office upstairs where Marvel is.
Yes.
Fuck you. You took a shit on Star Wars. Congratulations.
My best friend is Joss Whedon.
I mean, I'm watching it and I'm enjoying it because it looks like Star Wars.
You know,
it feels like Star Wars, but the story is just preposterously fucking stupid.
You know, I said that ironically, but now I realize actually his best friend is, it's Dave Filoni and what's his putz from made Iron Man.
Oh, Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
They are friends.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that they're following the Marvel formula when the guy that you're best friends with who's working on all of this shit with you is the guy that basically started the Marvel universe.
But that formula has been stale for 10 years.
At least.
Stale. And you've got a string of flops to prove that we're past this. Don't use that formula anymore. Why are you insistent? No. Maybe this one will be different. Maybe this one will be different.
It's not. It's the same thing.
How can you fuck up Star Wars? What the fuck?
Right?
What the fucking fuck?
I want to know how it is that not only the animated shows, but the video games have better storylines than the live action stuff.
Yeah, Starkiller was a cool character.
Yes.
He should have gotten his own fucking spinoff. That
would have been awesome.
That would have been a cool, this fucking Padawan that gets discarded by Vader. That's fucking great.
That would have been awesome.
I mean, I guess you could tell the Darth Maul story then if you're going to do that, but they already fucked him up, so.
Well, they're already talking about, you think Darth Maul will come back in this show? Didn't he die twice now? Yeah, but they could bring him back one more time.
Plus, everybody loves that guy because he went, Kenobi! Stupid bullshit.
Not that I don't love Ray Park. Everybody loves a 5-foot-tall ninja.
Yeah, he's got it. I don't think he's old. I don't think he can perform the same way.
I don't think he can either.
It would be nice to see lightsaber duels done in his style again. 'Cause, I mean, as much as the prequels were fucking garbage, those were some cool stunts.
They were. There were some very
really
cool
neat.
stunts. And honestly, I can still go back to the prequels and watch them. And I can still find enjoyment in them.
Yeah.
They're not my favorite thing in the world, but I can watch them. There's been shit that's come out like Boba Fett I will never
can't.
watch again.
No, I agree entirely. You're right. As much as I talked shit about Phantom Menace, if Phantom Menace happens to be on TV, I'm going to stop and watch it.
Yeah.
And be like, nah, all right. It wasn't. But it's still okay.
And that's kind of been my gauge for, do I actually like this or is it garbage? Well, I don't know. How many times can you watch it?
Yeah.
Because the newest of the sequels, the not the newest, but the first one that came out, I keep wanting to call it The Force Unleashed, but that was
Awakens,
the video game.
Force Awakens.
The Force Awakens. I've actually seen that quite a few times.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's fun. I mean, it's J.J. Abrams bullshit, but it's still fun enough that if it's on, I can watch it. Because I apparently don't hate it as much as I thought.
It's just a copy change of A New Hope.
Yeah.
Take the same script, give me different characters, do the same story.
But still in an enjoyable way.
Okay.
And I like it. Yeah. However, the last one in the series, the last Skywalker, Rise of the Skywalkers, I've seen it 1.5 times.
Yeah.
And I'll never watch it again. It's awful, and I can't.
Yeah, I feel. I don't think I'd get through it. I don't think I'd get through it at this point.
Mm-mm.
I mean, even in the theaters, I remember how disappointed and like sad that I was. Like, fuck.
When I saw them
so
riding,
sad. This is awful.
When I saw them riding space horses across the Star Destroyer, and I said, "This is the climax. This is the last end. Oh my God, this is how it ends." I'm so done with this.
Because for all we knew, that could have been the end of Star Wars. I mean, well,
it kind of was in a way, now wasn't it?
Maybe it should have been. I guess. I'm just waiting for. I don't know who it is, but somebody out there has a story and an idea in mind, and eventually the studio is going to give them a chance, and they're going to be the one that saves Star Wars from itself.
I hope so.
It's not going to be Dave Filoni. Clearly,
No,
he doesn't have the chops. He can't do it.
No.
He should stick to cartoons.
Yes, definitely. It could have almost been Zack Snyder, but they told him no, so now he's going to just make Rebel Moon, and, fuck you, Star Wars.
And if Rebel Moon is awesome,
yes,
boy, that is a giant kick in the balls to Disney. I mean, it's too late. They've burned that relationship.
Oh, completely.
And
Netflix was more than happy to pick that up.
Fuck, I'm so confused. I don't know what to make of any of this, man. I'm going to keep watching because I'm a dork.
Yeah, I'll keep watching.
Oh, tomorrow, actually.
Yeah. It'll be on tomorrow. We'll see.
Okay.
And hopefully things get better. I hope they do.
I mean, there's a flashback scene where she's talking to Anakin.
Yeah, that was leaked. So we know that's going to happen.
We're going to see Thrawn eventually.
I guess.
Maybe this episode coming up.
Nah, it'll be like an end credit scene after the last episode to set up the next thing we're going to do.
It's like finding Thor's hammer at the end of Iron Man.
Right.
Whoa, what does that mean?
Oh, God, I hate that formula. Well, if you've been watching, let us know what you think down in the comments below. Is this a show that you've been watching? Do you like it? Do you hate it? You got to let us know.
I've loved Star Wars for as long as I've been alive.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you understand what I'm saying because you came from the same...
Very much.
And I really hate when people, you ruined my childhood. My childhood's fine, whatever. But you are ruining something that was really important to an entire generation of geeks. I don't know if it was just carelessness or did Lucas really just catch lightning in a bottle early on? I don't think it was that.
I don't think so.
Because it was such a simple, stupid storyline. It was following traditional classic Western drama.
Yeah.
Why has it been so difficult to recreate that? I don't understand. Why is it difficult to recreate that? The closest they came in the films was the second sequel.
Yeah.
What was the second one? Not Last Jedi. Last Jedi. People complain, oh, they killed Snoke right away. Yeah, because he's not your main villain. Fucking Kylo Ren is clearly your main fucking villain.
Yes.
Pursue that. Let's see him go evil. And then at the end, if you want her to pull him back and they become romantic, okay, great.
Fine. But we need to see that. And then they chickened out.
And then, yeah, well, 3 different directors take it 3 different directions, and let's just undo what the last guy did. You fucked it. So bad. So bad.
Yeah.
And here's where we are. Now just scrambling to, how do we reassemble this? I don't know. Well, try anything. Whether it makes sense or not.
This is what it looks like when you try anything. Hey, Filoni says he'd love to make something.
What did he do? Clone Wars. That was popular, yeah? Okay, let him have a shot.
Yeah. Okay. He doesn't really know what he's doing. Is that okay?
Yeah. None of us know what we're doing. Clearly, just let him go. Is it a movie or a TV show? TV show. So it's not even expensive. Fuck it, let him go. What's the worst that happens? It flops, who gives a shit? What, you think those 2 dipshits are going to cancel their Disney Plus subscription? No, we won't.
Yeah, we're still subscribing. God damn it.
You click subscribe.
Yes, do that now. If you can subscribe to Disney Plus, you can subscribe to us.
We show more nudity, too.
We'll see you in another episode. Later.